Hey guys, Adam Tanner here from Fitness for Life 365. It's pretty boiling here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the temperature is 36 degrees Celsius. Alright, so let me just find a place to put this somewhere down. Yep, sorry about that. Didn't turn out for the best. Anyways, my thoughts on the fines. So, Nevada State Athletic Commission issued a fine of $500,000 for Khabib and $50,000 for Conor, which I kind of feel is, what's the word for it? Redundant? Stupid? Not fair? Just pick whatever you want. What on earth are you guys talking about? $500,000 for jumping out of the cage? How much did Conor pay when he jumped in the cage, slapped the referee or someone from the commission across his face, and attacked the ref as well? I mean, how much did he pay for the New York incident? Let me just clarify something here, because I've been getting this question a lot. Is Conor not allowed to fight in New York ever again? And this actually was said by Dana White, but there is absolutely no truth to it. According to New York officials from this state athletic commission, Conor license was suspended. He can apply again, and it will go through the process. So it's not rejected yet. It's not accepted. He generally just lost his license and did not really apply for another one. According to sources now, that Khabib is saying that he's not going to participate into the anti-bullying campaign, which means suspension will be 9 months. Also, he's refusing to fight before his teammates, which means he's gonna be out for 1 year since October, and he's anticipating to come back in November. I don't know how that will sit with the UFC. It doesn't seem very convenient. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with the lightweight division right now, with everyone seem to be on board with Conor versus Donlad Cerrone. I don't like Donald's odds against Conor at all. I never liked it. So with that one, my prediction so far will be Conor to beat Cerrone, actually to knock out Cerrone. Khabib should be fighting Ferguson. I already made that video. I just don't see how this is going to work out. If Khabib is insisting to fight in November, Conor will fight in probably July against Donald. How does that leave out Dustin Poirier and Ferguson? Do they fight each other in the meantime? Because there is no way the UFC would let Dustin Poirier, Ferguson sit for a year, over a year. Because Khabib doesn't want to fight till November. I'm not really sure how, because I didn't hear it from Khabib himself, so I'm still doubting the news. But if that's true, that messes up the entire weight class. Because now you have Ferguson probably not wanting to fight anyone. Did they do an interim title, maybe? But if there's an interim title, honestly, I think Cerrone should be out of the picture. And if there's an interim title, it should be Conor versus Ferguson, and the winner fights Khabib. I like that. I like that one. July, Conor gets Ferguson. The winner, whether it's Conor or Khabib, whether it's Conor or Ferguson, fights Khabib in November for the title. I know everyone is gonna kill me for saying this, but I have Conor winning Ferguson. Like, Conor beats Ferguson every day. I just don't see Ferguson beating him. Ferguson is not good. Is not that good on top. He does not initiate takedowns. On the other hand, Conor will not get on top of him. When he gets knocked down, which he will get knocked down. Ferguson gets knocked down against everyone. So when he gets knocked down, it's very safe to say that Conor probably would not jump on top of him where Ferguson actually shines, is positioning from the ground. Again, suspension, $50,000 for Conor. I don't mind it. 6 months, again, I do not mind it. Khabib, $500,000. Look, I don't care even if the suspension was 1 year, but $500,000, even Dana White doesn't like it. But again, Conor can fight in New York if he applies and it gets accepted. The issue is Khabib now saying he will never fight in Nevada again. I don't see how Conor is gonna fight somewhere else other than Nevada or New York. It's Vegas or Madison Square Garden. I don't see any other place for Conor to fight unless he fights Khabib in Russia or in Ireland, but with Crow Park and the curfew hours and all that kind of stuff, it just doesn't seem like it will ever materialize. What do I think of what Khabib done after the fight with Conor? I don't know. I really think I was expecting that to happen. I just don't understand. Look, when Khabib kept... Look, Conor pissed him off at every single time he got a chance to. Dillon Danis pissed him off at every single chance he got to. We're human at the end of the day. It's just too much. And I don't care if his comments were racial or had anything to do with his culture, religion, or ethnicity. It doesn't really matter. They were trying to get under his skin, and they did, and that's what happened. He went after Dillon Danis, who is a fighter, and Joe Rogan said he's Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach, and everyone gets that confused. He's not Conor McGregor jiu-jitsu coach. He's Conor McGregor training partner. He's the expert training partner that they brought in for Nate Diaz back in 2016. He is no shape or form his jiu-jitsu coach. John Kavanagh is his jiu-jitsu coach. It's very insulting for people to keep saying that Dillon Danis is his jiu-jitsu coach. Jiu-jitsu coach. Anyways, I'm really more interested if Khabib to sit and wait till November. I genuinely think the right fight to make is Conor versus Ferguson. And the reason why, by the way, Dustin Poirier is out of the title picture, and the reason why Dustin Poirier is not going to fight Conor, I kind of believe it has something to do with Ariel Helwani. And Ariel really got under my skin this time, talking about Dustin Poirier. We don't want to see this fight. You know what? Dustin have been doing a phenomenal job since he moved to lightweight. He's been walking through everyone besides that Michael Johnson fight. He is worthy of a title shot. He beat Eddie Alvarez twice. I don't care what anyone says about the first fight. He beat Eddie Alvarez twice. He finished Anthony Pettis in a way more impressive fashion than Ferguson did. He also finished, who was it? Homer Simpson. The fight with him and Homer Simpson, that was amazing. He genuinely showcased his abilities, and he deserves a title shot after Ferguson, of course. But regardless, I don't think he beats Conor, and I think everyone knows the outcome of that fight. I just think he deserved to fight Conor, or Khabib, or even Ferguson. I do not want to wait till 2011 to see Khabib fight. It's a really long wait. They have to mess it up, don't they? I mean, like, God's sake, give us a break. Conor holding the belt for a year or two. Then just this whole mess with the interim title that goes to Ferguson. Ferguson gets injured. I just want to see a clear picture. We have a clear picture in kind of every other division. With the light heavyweight division, we know what's happening. With the heavyweight division, we know what's happening. And everything is moving forward. The only welterweight, same thing. The only division that we have no idea where it's going to go is the lightweight division. And I'm sick and tired of this happening over and over again. Khabib, just get over it. You know what? Honestly, for Zubair, or I don't know the two Khabib teammates that got suspended for 1 year. But they deserve the suspension for a year, Khabib. They deserve the suspension for a year. First they jumped in the cage. Then they jumped over the cage. And yes, Conor initiated the fight with them, but they still, one of them attacked Conor from behind. It was just a whole mess, and they were proud about it after. I mean, at least you were sorry for what you've done. At least you showed that you're a genuine, decent guy, and it was just a mistake and you regret it. They did not. They were proud of what they done. A 1 year suspension is not out of the question. I think you're being... we need him to fight. Honestly, I'm not sure. If he doesn't want to do the anti-bullying campaign, that's absolutely fine, because it's out of principle. But fight in 9 months. I mean, fight Ferguson. We need to see that Ferguson fight once and for all, and prove to everyone that you're genuinely the greatest lightweight of all time. Because let's face it, if Khabib beats Ferguson, it's not a discussion. It really isn't a discussion after that. Some people used to call RDA probably the greatest of all time. Look what he did to RDA. And then Conor, everyone talks about Conor. It's just, he walked through every single one. And let's face it, who was gonna stop him? BJ Penn at his best? With all due respect to BJ Penn, but I don't think he's the guy to do it. Frankie Edgar is in a completely different league, and Frankie will probably admit it himself, than Khabib. Anyways, that's my thought on the suspension. I really do not know what's going to happen with that lightweight division with Khabib's comments, or what Ali Abdelaziz said on his behalf, I guess. Still can't stand Ali Abdelaziz. But he is right in everything he said about the suspensions and the fines. I mean, honestly, look what Conor did in New York, and Khabib gets fined $500,000 for this. It's just way too much. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it wasn't too distracting and annoying being in my car, but see you in the next one.